Oh, there's the Bulbarb! There he is! What else would you be doing? That's a fair point. Alright! Let's begin. Pikmin 2. This game... It came out a couple years after Pikmin 1. When Pikmin 1 was like... It was popular enough that it demanded it warranted a sequel. And Pikmin 2 was it. And it expanded everything. And it gave us probably one of my favorite audio cues of all time. I love this game. I love Pikmin. But it's pretty important to say that the beginning of Pikmin 2 is going to be a little rough for people who have just completed Pikmin 1. Because we worked really, really hard. Hagatate Freight is a long-haul, deep space shipping company. One day, its only employee of any merit, Captain Olimar, only merit, crashed on an uncharted planet while on an interstellar vacation. There he was aided by indigenous creatures which he called Pikmin. In the end, Captain Olimar escaped. But in Oliver's absence, his employer, Hagatate Freight, ran into financial difficulties. Oh, what a beautiful ship! Captain Olimar. Oh, that's not a title. That was just saying who it is. That's Planet Hagatate. Double rings. And look at the sad shade of Hagatate. The sad state. The president of Hagatate Freight and local employee Louis. Louis. I mean, that's just voice acting right there. What's your ship? Oh, that hurts so much more now. What time? Oh, look at his eyes. Treasure pretty. Money, money, money. This artifact is worth 100 Pokos. That's more than a year's salary. And so now we're traveling back to the planet on a rickety-dinky spaceship. Dodging the asteroid this time, clever. And back to the planet, which is now much more clearly labeled as Earth. The Valley of Repose. Branch! And Louis has fallen. And the rocket is barely shipshape. And it just spits Olimar out, too. Briz, that was close. I have averted a crash landing. Running diagnostics. Pikmin 2 is a little bit more heavy on the dialogue because there's more people. Also, welcome to Pikmin 2, the search for more money. In, like, 3 senses. There's the actual plot of the game, and then there's the actual release of the game. And what you're doing is you're getting money? I guess that's the plot of the game. But it's also the gameplay. It's just all about getting money. Just seeing the dolphin. We worked so hard to build the dolphin, and it's all gone. It's all for nothing. Nope, it's whatever. We had to sell it. What a terrible thing to do. Alert. Danger. Louis is missing. He must have somehow fallen out of his cockpit. He is not responding via his communicator. He is either flouting a protocol or in danger. Olimar, you must find Louis before he freezes to death in the cold of this planet. Wait a moment. Look. It's the Pikmin! Could these be Pikmin? They look like they are about to be devoured as we speak. Help them. Here are the controls to do the thing. You can also hold B to make them stop. Reversal carry fog. Yep. I remember all these things. The Pikmin ran to your side. They seem to remember you, Captain Olimar. How fascinating. Give them instruction, and do not delay. And then how to throw a Pikmin, which I can totally do. Oh, that went down way quicker than before. Attention, Captain Olimar. I have just re-established my communication link with Louis. It is fortunate that we have managed to confirm his safety. Press Y to communicate with him. I'm quite interested in the details of his condition. There we go, gotta remember his voice. Very robotic, like this. Okay. Louis, allow me to assess your condition as per our safety protocols. Are you at all injured? Is that so? Then my concerns are eased. Our communication link shows you are nearby. Can you make your way to our location and rejoin us? I will navigate for you. Press plus to contact me and obtain information about the terrain. So check the map. Which is something we had to unlock in the last game, but this is what it's all about. But Olimar Louis thing, I could just listen to all day. I can't tell you why I love that so much, but that is just my jam. I just love the Olimar Louis whole voice exchange. Louis, this odd object before you appears to be one of the onions mentioned in Olimar's report. The seed the onion ejected just sprouted. According to Olimar's report, it can be plucked with a button. Look how shocked, like how angry his shocked face is. Louis, this may be one of the Pikmin creatures from Olive's report. It is staring at you. Throw a Pikmin, we want to take action. A squad of them can do a lot. You can disband a squad, pressing X. I'm gonna skip the directions, it's pretty much the same thing. Oliver's description of the creatures resembling pick carrots were strikingly accurate. Louis, my sensors have detected drool in the corner of your mouth. Are you alright? I'm supposed to look at the camera. But I don't know if you caught that. So the whole reason that they're in debt is because Louis is a terrible employee, and that's the joke. And that's as far as comedy games, like I like Louis, but he met a giant space bunny that ate all the carrots. But then he was looking at the Pikmin, which are named after the Pikmin carrots, and he was drooling. So it's the more you learn about Louis and all of his subtleties, the more you realize that this guy is the scum of the earth. He is the worst person. When you are both just trying to do a job and like you're just putting in your 8 hours, he is putting in 2 and then saying, here's my 2, and then he's fine with that. Like that's this guy. But he always gets lost, there's karma always comes and kicks him in the face. Most of the time. And I've even seen some darker, like, theories of, like, there might be more to it than that. Like, he might be masterminding the whole thing. Like, it's not shock that he sees in his eyes, it's like a rage. But he does look genuinely wondered now. Like, and it's cool that we're learning from Louis' perspective rather than from Olimar's, because Olimar already knows how all this stuff works. The onion injected more seeds. The pellet from that flower must have hold nutrients that breed Pikmin. Yes, the Pikmin gather nutrients, haul them to the onion, and further propagate the species. The onion is a Pikmin mothership. Reviewing Olimar's report, it seems like holding A lets you pluck sprouts. Or you can just hold it. Yeah. And that is the gimmick, is that in Pikmin 2, you literally have 2 people that can control Pikmin. Oh, and they have like a idling noise now. They have like a marching chant. So they're not just like sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. And they're a little bit more efficient with the AI. And as you can see, we have to do all this Louis thing because we are stuck as Olimar. There's no way out of this valley other than that way. That's not like really a way out. That's just a ledge. And also, despite losing the dolphin, I do like this ship as well. The name escapes me, but I like the idea of... Oh, and Louis' whistle. That's a normal whistle? His is different. Actually sounds like a whistle. And now we really get to see proof that this is Earth. Perhaps this object is one of the treasure that we are searching for. The only reason we found it here is because of this is where you crash landed. How fortunate. I'm going with this with the accent down. I would like to appraise it, but you must regroup with Olimar first. Can you see him? Press this to move the camera. Also do press this to move the camera, or other thing to move the camera. Oh, and press this to move the camera. Please, just continue to move the camera. Yeah, there you go. You hear the Pikmin. And this is a new mechanic. And this is also teaching you that you're going to have to work together. Because you need enough weight to crush the bag. Now we have the hero of the story with the loser of the story. Captain Olimar, Louie, you are reunited at last. This has been a troublesome start to our trip. But now you must feel assured that your combined wits can get you through anything, correct? From now on, use this button to form a single group, X to take solo action, and Y to change leaders. So you can be different groups, but you can also form up as one group. Let's see, how many Pikmin do we need for this one? 35. I don't think we can get 35 Pikmin this roundabout. I don't think Bulborbs grant that much, but we can start digging. That's something else new that the Pikmin do. So they're a bit more responsive, they're a bit more vocal. Get away from me, Louie. And then we don't have enough there. So we do need to bring the Bulborb back for the extra food it gets us. Oh, and the map looks a lot... It doesn't look as clean as... It doesn't look as clean as the map of the dolphin does. And I think that's kind of a nice touch. It's more detailed. There's more going on there. You can zoom in more. But it doesn't look as nice because, like, that machine is just garbage. You know? I love it. And now you have Olimar and Louie can both go and they can hatch the Pikmin at the same time, which is also brilliant. So you don't have to wait for all three onions, just go, ah, and you panic back and forth. And now we carry the electric battery. The electric super battery. It is the electric super battery, has a warning on it. I also like the little jump that they do. They kept their little waddle. But you can see there's still a day counter in the top corner, but you're going to find out soon. It's not as intense. Like, I love how much work went into this design to make it look like a bunch of garbage. And they had to swap it because this one has 2 seats. It's like, I get why they may change it for the sequel, but like, just look at it. The name, the Courage Reactor. So that's also the pretty fun thing, is that Olimar names every treasure, and it's fun to see someone like misinterpret what all this stuff is. And he goes into detail about why each is which. Yeah, there's actually a glossary and things like that. So, our first day of exploration has yielded our first treasure. We will be done in record time. I took the liberty of naming what I praised it. I guess that's just naming it. The name reflects my current thinking. Leave it to me to think up catchy names for hit products. It is but one of my many talents. We shall end our first day here and report back to our president. His face will surely be joyous. However, to communicate with Hakotate, we must fly into low orbit above the planet. We will not return to the surface until morning, so as to avoid the indigenous nocturnal creatures. Which we don't see the Pikmin going up in this one because the onion isn't parked here. And then through the beam, it somehow puts us in the ship. And this thing somehow takes off. It's still one of my favorite things. It just sucks missing the dolphin, though. So, we can find multiple treasure, and there's no... And you can see... It's not as... I like there being one end screen, but there's a lot more you can do with this. There's a lot more detail. And how many died to what, not just, like, battle or not battle. And then every night there's a mail.
You have found your first bit of treasure. Fine work. Our future depends on your efforts, so check your treasure hoard regularly. I'll check it off and keep up the pace.
And it keeps everything pretty fresh. But like I was mentioned before, there's a Piclopedia. So you can see how much... So you can see, like, there's like a little live video feed, which is pretty cool. And then you can throw carrots at them to get them to react into, like, an environment to see how, like, they eat and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Which is what they would do to Pikmin. And obviously, if you throw carrots at... It's just a way to get their animations to go. And then there is the Courage Reactor, and then you can see that there's Olimar's journal. So, Olimar does do a journal entry about everything. So we've covered our first treasure, amazingly, the Pikmin remembered how to salvage it. I can't understand their adorable language, and I don't think I know I don't know what they're thinking, yet I'm so happy to see them. When I crashed onto this planet, the Pikmin helped me locate my missing ship parts. In my darkest hour, the Pikmin were there for me. Now that I'm reunited with them, I know everything will be alright. It will, right? Good old Olimar. And I think there's more areas. And there's also there's things below ground. And there's no time limit, there's no pressure. You can take all the time that you need and build up your forces all that you want. But they can do a lot more with that. The design doesn't have to be as tight. They basically took Pikmin 1 and they made it a lot more. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company. Oh, we need to make that. How is this not a meme? Probably because no one says it. I am gonna start. I got a team at work. I'm gonna start every meeting like this. Good morning, workers. Ready for another day of toiling for the profit of your company. The Pikmin seem to still be asleep in the onion. What lazy creatures. Spoken like true management. No wonder they like survival skills. Stand beneath the onion and press them to call them out. What a capitalistic ship. And then you can send them out by squads, so... Oh, I went into the center. But essentially you can do that by squad. There still is a day cycle, so you still have, like, there's... You can't just, like, hang around on the surface forever. So there's still that aspect of doing things efficiently, but there's no... If I don't do, like, 2 parts in a day, I'm gonna miss parts and things like that. There's nothing that crazy. Okay, is there anything up here? No. Alright, well, we played as efficient Captain Olimar. And I was about to say, let's play as inefficient Louis, but that wouldn't be in character, would it? So we're gonna leave Louis back by the ship. Alright, that's 6. It's like another 6. That's 3. We don't need that many. Yeah, they're much more responsive. They're still slow. But that's alright. I don't mind. We're not running out of oxygen anytime soon. Think how much work that had to go into, like, Pikmin speed algorithms. There's essentially... There's, like, 3 speeds of Pikmin, and then there's, like, different weight ratios that you have to worry about. Like, does 1 flower Pikmin holding a 1, is that faster than 2 leaf Pikmin carrying a 1? Or is it not because there's bud Pikmin in the middle? Alright, this should be enough to get us going. Except it's not. I need literally all of it. I need all of them. And... I guess one thing that's not as nice is that the first box in the first game, that said, like, 10, like, you need, so you knew that you needed 10 Pikmin, and these bags, like, they were different. Like, there's no consistent number with them. And I think it's just kind of missing something a little. Okay. And then here we have our first Bulborb in this giant battle arena. Much easier than the first game. Alright, and here we have a can. That is our next treasure. And, okay, oh look, there's a little snowman there. Neat. And also disproportional, like, that's a soda can. How small is that snow? It's like the size of a soda can. Okay. We're gonna have Louis go ahead and pick up these Pikmin. And we're essentially just waiting for all these Bulborbs to come in. I think 25 should be enough, honestly. I already feel like we're totally out of character. Oh, that's not enough. Come on, Olimar. There you go. I like how you can whistle and Louie will respond just as much as a Pikmin would. And we're already to 70 Pikmin, which is something that I don't think we got until day 2. Let's do some double picking. Let's pick a min. Like pick a man. We're picking them so fast the number on the bottom of our screen can't keep up. Okay, Louie. You watch the treasure, which is the wrong idea. Never let the scum. That's so evil. Don't let that guy at work be, you know, that guy. Okay, we'll get a couple of people moving here. One more. There we go. Then we are going to push as hard as we can in here. No, you too. There you go, Benji. And now we wait. The great RTS waiting game. I feel like these are breaking a little bit faster. It's also teaching new player. This also didn't really teach new players anything like that these walls are destructible. But the first game didn't really do that either. I mean, they did have the snowman here to kind of indicate this is the way to go. Like, there's a happy face there, so that's more than the first game did? But we're just about done. How could Pikmin destroy such a massive wall? When master might is ferocious. Louie, did Olimar instruct you on proper Pikmin commanding protocol? Apparently not, Olimar. You are failing your duty as a superior. Allow me to explain. You press buttons to do buttons. I am explaining this a second time. Because I am Nintendo and I like to give tutorials for double things. You should play original Skyward Sword. Because the tutorials in that are awful. And like you couldn't skip them either. It was like something of a nightmare. Alright, so here we have a soda can. Utter scrap. So already not a good time. It looks like some sort of like awesome drink. I couldn't tell you what brand it is. Well, let's go with Baja Blast. Utter scrap. Maybe we shouldn't call it that. I like Baja Blast. It's no Coca-Cola, but it's not trying to pretend it's Coca-Cola, which is something. Alright, and now we're gonna decipher the chasm. Interesting. Warm air is welling up from the hole in the ground before you. What could be underground? What is wrong? You both show expressions of unease. Do not fear. The leader's group of Pikmin will join you. I shall dispatch my research pod too. I will return any Pikmin outside of that group to the Onion. Approach the hole and press A to jump in. So basically everyone that you have gathered in either party, and like you aren't not going to lose any Pikmin for being like wild and abandoned. So like if we would have left them behind, they would have been gathered, but the Emergence Cave. Enter this with your Pikmin squad. Yes. And I'll even tell you before entering in. And then this is like a dungeon. And if memory serves, there's no like time limits in here. You could be here. Basically, it's implied that you're in here for like the day. But it has a really cool creepy entry tone, which is kind of neat. Intriguing. My heat sensors indicate this hall's interior is warmer than on the surface. Analysis suggests danger lies ahead, but the promise of treasure is tantalizing. If you wish to check underground terrain, press the start button to do stuff. I am not just a ship, I am an all-purpose support pod. I will make sure that you work until you... The other thing about this is that you cannot get more Pikmin this way. You basically what you find is what you get. Like what you bring. It's very much the Dagobah cave. You only have what you take with you. But that also means that we can't really take them for food. Ooh, spicy ginger ale. How can you possibly consider this beast a treasure? Beasts are incompatible with my circuitry. I suppose I will store your finds in my hold. But I do not think beasts will be worth much. So basically you don't have to do... You'll get... There's a treasure value, but it's nothing in comparison to what we're actually working towards. Like 100 right there. The quenching emblem. Because it quenches your thirst, and it's on the emblem on top of your drink. I really want one of those Mexican Cokes. But I need to have some water. Super Force was so kind to get me some. Alright. So now we're gonna get some cash value, like 2. So you see, like, we're not really getting all that much. But half an orange is 180. The citrus lump. It's like it's some sort of like weird growth of citrus that just grows all by itself. How disgusting. That's like their second beat and everything like that. And I think that's another one, and I think it goes deeper and deeper, but there's like a geyser at the bottom that like brings you all the way up. The hole appears to be quite deep. My sensors indicate more treacherous terrain ahead. Louie, do you recall that you can adjust the camera? You know how to do the camera, right? You press the button. Your expression suggests you do. Excellent. Don't worry, your Pikmin will follow you. Just do the same thing you did before. So, the idea behind these is like they're endurance gauntlets, but I never... When I was playing it originally, I never thought them to be super hard. But it does mean that you can't be careless. But this game's tighter design and slightly weaker bulborbs, I think, make that good. Also, it tells you when the final floor is. And you can see immediately with the camera that there's a geyser, and that's how you're going to get back up to the surface. So we can ignore that, but... It's inconceivable that such an immense object has been buried here for so long. The design of the outer shell resembles the surface of the planet as seen from space. Perhaps this can be used for something other than salvage. But how will we ever lift it? I fear that even 100 red Pikmin will be unable to lift it. This is introduce a new problem. It is literally 101. So if you had come down here on a second day and you had brought down a full 100 Pikmin, you still would have to do this next little bit, tutorial bit. I also like how the developers are just like, yeah, we don't know why there's a go down here, but we just wanted there to be a progression map thing. We wanted you to unlock the Forest of Hope equivalent. And here's where it all comes together. Why I should have recognized those flowers before. Astounding! A flower blooms in the cave deep beneath the snowy landscape. Clearly it is warmer down here than above. Look, the Pikmin are restless. They look as if they yearn to be tossed into the flower. And I don't mind that it's telling you to do this. And we'll definitely want to do this with the many Pikmin as we have. I think it's 5 per pod. And we have a new type of Pikmin. Amazing! A purple Pikmin! It has hair! And is quite stocky. It seems very heavy and strong. I also do like how all of the Pikmin have different facial features. Like the yellow ones have big ears, and the blue ones have gills. There's always something different other than just the color. This kind of Pikmin was not mentioned in your report, Olimar. It must be an entirely new type. It is purple. Transforming Pikmin by tossing them into flowers. Intriguing. Perhaps there are other flowers. Which there are. I'm glad that you enjoy them. These guys are also known for their extreme strength and endurance, really. They're a bit slower. And they make a nice big sound. I'm not trying to say anything. I'm just saying some people work really hard, and these guys, they lift they're at 160. So we have 10 of those plus 60. So they're lifting 10 times their weight. And they do it, they make it look effortless, is all I'm saying. We all know people like that. That's why the purple Pikmin are some of my favorites. They just, you know, they work hard. And they make it look effortless. No sweat, see? Ain't sweating a bit. 200, and it's the Spherical Atlas, which is just a fancy way of saying map. And you can't see the bottom of it. Also, you know, again, we're definitely on planet Earth, which makes you wonder where all the humans are. There is a device resembling a microchip embedded inside the sphere, retrieving data. Error. I could only decode a portion of the data, but I did retrieve new geographic charts. Because there's a microchip inside of a globe? That would make a whole lot of sense. Oh. I think I get it. The developer's like, okay, we're gonna add a atlas so that you can then check where to go on the map. And we'll just say, oh, it'd be really cool if it was just like a globe. And they probably made the globe and put it together. And they're like, what? Wait, no, this doesn't make sense because you're not going on a globe-trotting adventure. You're just going to like one region. Because we're not going to build like a map-spanning map or something. And they're like, oh, well, okay. And then someone else is like, yeah, we need to put it in a cave. And they're like, oh, well, we could say there's a chip in it, or maybe it was going to get a computer chip, but it's like, oh, but we need something heavier to show off the new purple Pikmin. It sounds like someone in the office had an idea, and then someone else in the office had an idea, and like they didn't meet, and they're just like, oh, well, it's a map. People get a map, they go places. There's that connection. Just don't think about it. It's Pikmin 2. Press plus to contact me and go to the exploration kit. Now that we have this new data, you should explore the decoded territory tomorrow. Oh yeah, I think their marching tune is different depending on whether they're up or upstairs or not in the cave or not in the cave. All right, Louie, you can bring the people back. We might as well get these. There's not a reason not to, but I'm curious to see how much money we can get from just creatures and beasts. And then we're gonna go explore the geyser. So it tells us how to press the button to go to the geyser. Astounding water is shooting out of the geyser with incredible force. Sensors indicate it has enough power to launch you into the air. Approach it and press A to try. It will take you back to the surface. Through that surface hole. There we go. Making... So if $100 is more than a year's wage, how much is a beast then? That's like a 50th of a year's wage? That's like a week's pay. 52 weeks in a year. I think this ship is being super stingy. I mean, it's a little bit more than a week's pay because of the whole 52 weeks of the year thing. This is 50. That's still something. It's not like making a huge dent in everything like that, but I mean, what? Like, imagine what you could do with a week's pay. You could get yourself like a new something or other. I don't know, it's hard. Everyone's week's pay is different, you know? Yeah, Oliver's definitely taking charge. He's the responsible guy. And the first time I played Pikmin 2, I played pretty exclusively as Louie. Cave complete. We got all the treasures inside. And $22 came from beasts. So yeah, and this lets you, because caves can be so long, they let you save while you're down there. Oh no, it doesn't end your day, does it? You have successfully returned to the planet's surface. Excellent decision-making, gentlemen. We must celebrate your first successful spelunking expedition. You've gathered a large amount of data that needs in-depth analysis. I shall send a report back to the president tonight, detailing your progress. We were just talking. Oliver and Louie, since you will explore a new area tomorrow, today's work is done. What? You still want to work? Unacceptable. You may not realize it, but you are exhausted. You should take a much-needed rest, as you have all the time you need to collect treasure. Just in case you were wondering about the whole time mechanic. Haste makes waste, so take it slow and steady. Oh, and that's right, the purple Pikmin. The other Pikmin types just jump on the ship with you. And they jump in through the exhaust pipes? That can't be sanitary. But that's so they don't have to have like 16 different onions every time like you come up. Which we already saw because today is a part of what we went into the cave for. And I missed the population chart. And we didn't lose anybody, so... Because we're still in, like, the tutorial days. Baby steps first, Oliver. Plan well and don't worry about me. I need to pick a consistent voice. Otherwise, this is just gonna be the worst. You found your first work of treasure. Fine. What? No. Let's see. How do we want to do this? You found your first. Bumbling. How would I do this in D&D?
Baby steps first, Oliver. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt...
No, that's not it. He's not bumbling enough.
Baby steps, Oliver. Plan well and don't...
Baby steps, Oliver. Plan well and don't worry about me. Our debt is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so, That doesn't fit either.
Baby steps, Oliver. Plan well and don't worry about me.
Let's just go with that voice.
Our debt is with Happy Hocotate Savings and Loan, after all. Besides, there's nothing left to repossess, so ha!
So ha! Can't take my assets if I have no assets. Also, the one thing I like is that the map opens up, so it's not just the same static view. So you have this, right? But like the map also got like bigger, so the areas are more pronounced. So it's not just like the flat static image, which is also pretty cool. And we have the Oliver's. I forgot about Oliver's notes. So the dwarf red bulborb, the Pansaurus pseudocoli russus. It's in the breadbug family. So the dwarf red bulborb. Although initially identified as a juvenile red bulborb, groundbreaking new research indicate that this creature is in fact a member of the breadbug family. A close relative of the familial breadbug, it escapes predation of mimicry. Unique adaptation of the red bulborb's crimson coloration allows the species to safely commingle. Such effective adaptation and obfuscation by a prey species is rare, indicating the clever creature is a master of mimicry. So, this is not a this, which was said in the last game as we were like ending it. Like, this is an entirely different species of this. That's one of the reasons that they're awake. But these see this as a small thing. The Snowballburb, Pansaurus pseudocoli frosticus, breadbug family. The snow bulbarb is a member of the breadbug family that seeks to survive, imitating the behavior of a bulbarb. Yeah, we're not going to jump into all of these, but I do remember loving a lot of these. Like, going through these treasures, like the treasures especially, I think there is some cool stuff to say about it. I do think that it is exciting. Like, I love that there's this much lore. Like, the people sat down like, okay, this is how we want our species and our creatures to work. But they give them all like fake scientific names and things like that, which is super stoked. Like, that's really cool. That's a lot of effort. That shows that like a lot of love went into this. So this fruit was dug up from the floor of an icy cavern. It appears that the fruit's thick skin protects it from the frigid cold. It's quite remarkable. The shape of the fruit eerily resembles the president's head. P.S. The labyrinth's underground entrails of this planet are like a completely different world. The area recently shuts down its blanket with a fresh layer of frozen precipitation. As tranquil and relaxing as it is, I named it the Valley of Repose. So Olimar names the valleys and the places that we go to. Using Pikmin to move obstacles, I was able to open up some new areas of exploration where I found this hunk of metal. I often brag about my inexhaustible supply of self-control, but when I peer at this treasure, I can't help but want to take a drink. And the purple Pikmin was somehow able to carry this massive treasure, with the spherical atlas. Today we measured their physical strength using the ship's onboard beefometer. How much do you lift, bro? I don't know, man. Let's just get out on the beefometer. How beefy you feeling? Oh, I'm feeling beefy. Yeah! Seems they have 10 times the weight and physical power of any other Pikmin. When I throw them, they land with a resounding thud. I've decided to commemorate the cave. I first encountered it by naming it Emergence Cave, which was named before we went down there, but yeah, it is what it is.